So the first wine we're going to taste today is a Franciacorta. Now, if you haven't come across wines from Franciacorta before, they use the same grapes as Champagne, so mainly Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. And here we've got 88% Chardonnay in the blend, 11% Pinot Noir, and 1% Pinot Blanc as well, which they also use in Champagne. And here it's been lees aged, which means aged on the dead yeast cells. And this gives it a really interesting character and depth, which you wouldn't normally get from a sparkling wine, which doesn't have, or a wine, any wine without lees aging. So the Franciacorta, I'm going to give you a little tip on just opening up your bottles here. So if you have your left hand on the bottle, if you're right-handed, so you got your fingers across the neck of the bottle, that'll keep it secure, and then your thumb on the top will keep the cork secure. That cork is going absolutely nowhere, so it's really safe in there. So then we can start to loosen the cage. And just give that cage a little extra wiggle, still with my thumb in contact. Just move a finger up there onto the cork, and now I'm going to turn from the bottom of the bottle. And that's going to give us a nice, easy release. And I'm pushing down on the cork with my hand. And it should just be like a little can of Coke opening up. I'm going to taste all my wines in these Riedel Riesling glasses. But I recommend, for best enjoyment, probably to use a lovely flute like this. This is a Chef and Smelier flute. I really like their flutes with the narrow top. So this wine from Bellavista, produced by Vittorio Moretti. Well, he set up the winery in the 70s. So first of all, I'm going to look at the nose of the wine. Oh wow, yeah, it's really good. I think I'm getting a lot of that lees character. So lees character, we think of like dairy flavors and yeast and biscuits and sourdough. Alongside that, a little bit of citrus, green apple flavor. So my first sip of the wine is just going to be an enjoyable sip. I'm going to swill it around my mouth, let my palate get used to the wine, really. Really interesting. Yeah, I'm getting all those flavours that I picked up on the nose, but I'm also now detecting the body of the wine, which you talked about before. So there's a little bit of body in the wine. I'd say this is medium to medium full. Acidity-wise, I'm going to have another little sip just to pick up the balance. I can just feel that refreshing juiciness at the back of my throat. That's balanced really nicely. Not much tannin in the wine. Because it's a white wine, we don't expect too much tannin. However, oak-aged wines can pick up some tannins from the barrels come into the wine. So you can still feel that chewiness on your gums. I'm just going to have one final sip to put the whole thing together. And then I'm going to think about the quality assessment of the wine. So when we're looking at quality wine, we're looking at the balance, how everything comes together. Nothing stands out. Is the flavour profile up and down gently? Or does something spark out, which would indicate a not too balanced wine? Really nicely balanced. It's a beautiful wine. I think you'd be happy to start any evening with a lovely glass of this Franciacorta from Bellavista. I'm really pleased with that. I might perhaps go on the list in the restaurant. I score all my wines out of 10. I'm going to score this wine at 7.1. Bear in mind, the highest score I've ever given is a 9. And that was 2006 Vegas Sicilia Unico. But 7.1, very good score, very good example of Franciacorta. Alongside it, I've got a cheese here from Shropshire, White Fox. You can pick up these cheeses from Mousetrap. They've got a shop in Ludlow, in Hereford and Leominster. A lot of texture in there. It's a cheddar style cheese, and it's got that real thick, cloying, mouth absorbing quality. I'm going to give it a little taste with the Franciacorta here. Actually a pretty good pairing. When we taste wines and food together, it's the wine that changes. So the food we think of as a constant, the wine is the most volatile element. So that's going to change with the structure of that wonderful cheddar style White Fox in your mouth. It's a really nice pairing, actually. I'm pleased with that pairing. When I look at pairings, I score in percentages. So I think, yeah, about 68% for the pairing here. Yeah, not bad, pretty good. Yeah, I'd certainly drink it with that again. What do you think? What do you score? Please, yeah, let me know your scores on the comment section on the video. And if you've got any questions on the wine, yeah, I'll be happy to answer those for you there too.